Hey, what's up, WCR-Replays? This is Sasuke. It's been a long time, and I would like to sincerely apologize for not releasing the content I promised. I promised you Warcraft 3 commentaries, I promised you StarCraft 2 commentaries, and I did not deliver. And for that, I would like to sincerely apologize. There are a couple of reasons as to why I did not release the content as promised. First of all, I actually created a bunch of audio commentaries for a series called Warcraft 3 for Dummies. I wanted to create a series of audio commentaries with the most popular strategies for each matchup explained thoroughly for new players and perhaps even for more experienced players. Yeah, I had a bunch of these audio commentaries already created, but my computer had a blue screen and was unable to boot after that, losing all of said audio commentaries. So that pretty much frustrated me beyond belief. I was very busy in real life as well. I study, I work at the country's biggest conference center as a night receptionist, and on top of that, my mother is very, very ill. She has an autoimmune disease, and I traveled a lot back and forth between my place and my hometown where she still lives. And to top it all off, last week she even had a heart attack and pretty much nearly died, so that's really, really crappy. But then again, even with all of these things going on, I had plenty of time to create audio commentaries in between. I just kept procrastinating and procrastinating, and for that there is no excuse whatsoever. So all I can do right now is offer you my sincerest apologies and make this promise once again that this Warcraft 3 for Dummies series will be released. I really want to get this done. It's probably going to be my last project for WCR-Replays as well, but I really, really want to get this done because yeah, it's something that's been on my mind for so long, and I just hope it's not too late to get it all done. So I hope you can still enjoy my audio commentaries, or yeah, I don't really know what to say. I feel really, really bad about this, and I just hope you can forgive me and still listen to my audio commentaries with joy. So what I have for you today is pretty much a game kind of used for this service announcement, if I'm completely honest. It's a game between Remind and Infi, and it's a very, very short game on Echo Isles, and we're just going to start that right now. So boot up your Warcraft 3. I don't have the fancy Illidan background anymore because it didn't feel like completely getting it all done again after my computer had crashed and I had to reinstall. So I now have this little feminine looking Tree of Life thingy that I have to change because this is really not masculine whatsoever. But we're gonna go into the replay here. It's Infi versus Remind, and it's actually on a bit of a special map which I'm going to include into the audio commentary. We're going to fast forward the replay to 1 minute and pause it there. So if you could all fast forward it like I'm doing right now and then pause it at the 1 minute mark. They're ready to work. Oh yeah. Exactly on 1 minute. There we go. Alright, so we're going to turn off the Fog of War, take a look at Remind, of course, since he's Elf and I'm Elf. And we're going to capture the mouse because Warcraft 3 won't stream full screen, so that's kind of stupid. But yeah, we have a very special map, as I mentioned before. We even have advertisements for main block brand agency over here on the Echo Isles, which I think is just really, really dumb. If you want to do some advertising, just do it on the website, or when you're streaming this, you could just like, I don't know, you could just like run a commercial in between or something. But really, main block brand agency on the Echo Isles, if anything takes away the epicness of a fight, it's main block brand agency standing under a demon hunter. Just imagine if you're just watching Lord of the Rings and then there's Aragorn fighting that Uruk-hai at the end of part 1, and just imagine he's standing on a big fucking Coca-Cola tile right in the middle of the forest. That just makes no sense whatsoever. Please don't do this anymore, people. Why are you doing this? This is not cool. This really is not cool whatsoever. But anyway, you should be at the 1 minute mark right now because I've been ranting for like a minute. So if you aren't there, you're pretty much screwed, and we're going to start this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resume. So 1 minute 1, 1 minute 2, 1 minute 3, 1 minute 4, etc., 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 etc. So we're just going to turn on the ops point of view because we can hear these annoying rally point sounds all the time. Remind is trading a demon hunter, and he is going for an Ancient of War creep on the mercenary camp. And the reason why he's going for Ancient of War creep on the mercenary camp is probably because he wants to get that early forest troll Shadow Priest and then harass with it at the expansion of Infi. And he also does not want to fall behind too much on levels, because the human players nowadays tend to creep this mercenary camp quite quickly. And if you cannot harass it properly, you will have a much lower level demon hunter than your opponent's archmage will be. So that's pretty much the reason as to why he's creeping this way. The only downside of this is if you really want to go for some harassment, you're better off just creeping this, because you can just kill the Ogre Mauler, take the item, then go away with your Demon Hunter to instantly harass. And you cannot do that when you're going for the Mercenary Camp creep. So over here, we can see that Remind is starting it up. And Infi already knows about it. He has a peasant over here in this corner, and he's going to use it to take away the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. And that is an excellent decision by Infi, and also shows how much these players have really know each other. They know exactly what they're both up to. However, Infi thinks, or he's trying to fool Remind a little bit here, because he's going straight in for the tower rush, and I bet that Remind did not expect that to happen. However, he does have a footman over here. The archer dies. That's very, very unfortunate for Remind. And he has to keep this Ancient of War alive. That's his main priority. He really has to keep this alive in order to produce archers to hold off this tower rush. And when you're playing as a Night Elf, you really want to make as many Ancient of Wars as possible in order to fend off this tower rush. The reason why you're making Ancient of Wars is because those Ancient of Wars will be able to whack the living daylight out of all of the human units, especially the footmen and the peasants, of course. And on top of that, if your opponent's archmage or water elementals chase you too far into your base, they will be able to smack them as well. And it just deals so much damage, and you really need those in order to tank all of the melee units that the human has. What Remind is doing right now, he's just trying to get as much damage on the archmage as possible, because if he does so, he'll be easily able to force the human player back, or at least prevent more water elementals from going in if he actually manages to kill the archmage or force it to retreat completely. If you get the archmage down to a certain point, it's always very, very easy to switch target once he overextends even a little bit. And yeah, that's something you always want to do. Note how Remind actually detonated the Wisp instead of mana burning again, in order to preserve Moonwells. If you just lose a lot of mana on your Demon Hunter and then try to heal it with the Moonwells, it will just heal the mana as well. And the reason why he's choosing to detonate is because this is pretty much an all or nothing situation for Infi. If he does not succeed with this tower rush, he will be very, very far behind, both economically and with his hero levels. That is, of course, if he does not kill a significant amount of units. It could also happen that Remind manages to stop this after losing a bunch of archers and his hero, perhaps. So that's, yeah, it just really depends on how much Infi can get done with this tower rush. But as of now, it doesn't look good for him. Also, one thing you really like to do, as when you're playing Elf, is switch targets in between the towers you're focusing. Like, this is just a very good focus here by Remind. But you really, if they're repairing it and you're unable to kill the tower, you really want to switch targets as often as possible in order to keep those peasants occupied. And look at this now. Infi realizes that he cannot get anything done right here, and he chooses to retreat. Another thing that's also worthy to mention is that whenever an opponent's unit is passing a Tree of Life, you do not want your Tree of Life to be producing Wisp. You want to cancel that so you can get just a little extra whack in on your opponent's units. You really just want to whack them with all of the trees you have. And yeah, this is just a very, very bad position for Infi to be in. His Archmage has no mana, he's level 1, he's facing against a level 2 Demon Hunter and a bunch of archers, and on top of that, Remind will be easily able to creep this mercenary camp out because he still has the Ancient of War ready. And also, there's just a very, very tough decision for Infi to make. He's down on lumber, attacking won't be as effective because he will not be able to creep his Archmage up efficiently. And it will be very, very hard for him to reach level 3 under constant harassment by Remind when he's just gonna go for attack. And that's just going to hurt him significantly. And on top of that, when he decides to expand, he's very susceptible to all-in attacks when Remind decides to produce Huntresses or something, for example. Which actually Remind is doing right now. He's getting his Night Vision upgrade, his Ultra Vision upgrade, excuse me. And yeah, he's just going to go for a very, very strong all-or-nothing attack. He knows he's ahead at this point in the game. He even got a great item for his Demon Hunter, the Periapt of Vitality, which adds 150 health to his Demon Hunter. And that's just going to greatly increase the survivability of him, and it's going to make his attack all the more fearful. Infi finally crept out this gold mine. and he's just moving out and about on the map. I'm not quite sure why he's doing this. He really needs to get some experience on this Archmage. If I were Infi, I would definitely try to go for the Murloc Nightcrawler first. However, he does not know what we know. He does not know that Remind is going for an all-out attack. All he knows is that, for all he knows, Remind just might as well be expanding, and he's going to take a look right here with Footman. He sees Remind is not expanding, and he probably knows that shit is gonna go down now. He sees the Huntress. He knows he has to defend, but he also should have seen that this Huntress was rallied upward. And when it's rallied upward, it's pretty safe to just creep out this Murloc camp right here and get his Archmage a little bit closer to level 3. If it was an EXP tome that dropped from the big Murloc Nightcrawler, he could have even been level 3. And you really need level 3 to get those stronger water elementals to deal with the Huntresses efficiently. This is also very unfortunate for Infi losing this Footman. And let's take a look at the item that Remind got from the Ogre Mauler, and he actually got a Scroll of the Beast, which in general isn't exactly the item you would like as a Night Elf player. However, in this particular situation where you're going for all or nothing attack and you have a bunch of units, the Scroll of the Beast is actually going to be very effective, since it cannot be dispelled at this point in the game by anything that the human possesses. And note how he's also going to buy a Scroll of Healing and a Scroll of Protection in order to maximize the efficiency of this all-out attack. He also brought a couple of Wisps to detonate on the water elementals. He has the Forest Troll Shadow Priest, which can use Abolish Magic on the water elementals. But luckily for Remind, is the Archmage is only level 2 and it's not even close to level 3. So these water elementals really will not be able to do that much, and I have to say this is a little bit sloppy here by Remind, not positioning these archers and the forest troll properly. However, this heal scroll is great, and note how he's spreading out his units. He's just fighting in small battles, preventing anything from being focused down, and this is very good. He's just using a couple of archers here to confuse Infi and attack that. He's fighting at multiple fronts, and that's just really good. That's definitely what you want to be doing at this point in the game. You want your units to be spread out. You want your enemies' melee units to walk distances in order to get some hits in. And yeah, this is just looking very good for Remind. He manages to take out the first guard tower in production, and he'll probably be able to get this one down as well. Yes, he will, with the help of the Ogre Mauler that just deals insane damage, especially when combined with the Scroll of the Beast. And Demon Hunter is already level 4 right now. Conjurer's Rex, the Archmage, has finally reached level 3. He does have enough mana for summoning a Water Elemental. However, there are not sufficient forces here available in order to successfully defend this expansion, so he made a wise decision, town portal back, healed up all of these militia, and then he's just gonna go in once again. And note how what's going to happen right now. Remind knows exactly how to play this. He sees all of these militia and footmen coming in. He first decides to cancel the healing on a couple of them with his huntresses and this demon hunter. Like, he even one-hitted this one to prevent the healing from going on, and then he wisely retreats. He knows that there's a limited timer on these peasants to be militia, and he does not want to get caught by all of these things at once. He probably could have fought this head on. However, Remind, being the experienced guy that he is, knows that he just killed all of the static defense that the human has, and that there's no way he could be losing this game unless he takes too big of a risk. If he went in with all this militia, his demon hunter might have been surrounded or something, and then it was going to be very hard for him to win this game. However, Remind just decided to be better be safe than sorry, and this is something I encourage all of you people out there to do. There's nothing more frustrating than getting over-eager and losing a one game because of that. You always want to be safe, you always want to ensure this win, and especially when it comes to important matches such as this one. Yeah, it's just, oh come on, the main block brand agency. I hate you guys. Nah, I don't hate them. If they sponsor Warcraft 3 events, I love them, but you know, I hate these advertisements on the floor of the Echo Isles. But take a look what Remind's doing. He's just spreading out his units very nicely, maximizing the efficiency of the glaive attacks of the Huntresses. And this is just pretty much the point of no escape for Infi. This is the end of the game. He's going to lose right here, right now, and yeah, I just think he made the wrong call by going for that all-in when Remind did not lose his Ancient of War. So yeah, anyway guys, that was the audio commentary for today. Once again, I'm going to be starting this this Warcraft 3 for Dummies series, and I would like your help actually. It would be very, very great if you could send me replays, be they new or old, preferably with actual programmers involved, such as Grubby, Todd, Moon, high caliber players, such like them, uh, which contain the most used strategies for each race and each matchup. For example, a rifle push against Night Elf, which you think would be suitable for an audio commentary. You can send it to me. You can mail it to sasuke@gmail.com, and yeah, I will pick out the replays that I find most suitable for these audio commentaries, and I will use them to create this Warcraft 3 for Dummies series. And aside from creating at least 3 audio commentaries per matchup, I'm also going to dedicate a couple of audio commentaries to games that really emphasize how important, for example, good micro can be, or how timing can really win games for you, and stuff like that. So yeah, once again, my sincerest apologies for not creating the content that I promised already, or well, I actually created it, but you know what I mean, for not releasing the content that I promised. And I hope you will forgive me after getting this whole new bunch of content out. So thank you for listening to this audio commentary, or watching this audio commentary if you are viewing this on YouTube, and I will be seeing you again shortly. So thank you for everything, and bye bye.